Like me, many of you will have missed going to the pub or a bar and catching up with friends over a drink or two. Now, I'm in a virtual bar, so I can't offer you your favorite tipple. But just out of interest, how many of you, raise your hands, actually have a usual or a favorite drink that you like to order when you're in a pub? I certainly do. Fellow drinkers and most welcome teetotalers. There are many beers, wines, and spirits. But there's one, in my opinion, that stands above all of them. It's a dark, creamy brew from the Emerald Isle. Of course, I'm talking about Guinness. Now, I was in my first year at Manchester University when I was introduced to Guinness. 2 coach loads of us from the Department of Mathematics took a trip to Dublin. And there was a group of us whose sole purpose was to go to Dublin, the home of Guinness, to drink Guinness. I don't recall any discussions about doing any of the sightseeing or visiting any of the tourist hotspots. What I do remember was that I had this terrible racking cough at the time. I'm sure you know the one. One of those. And I was carrying with me a bottle of cough mixture, which I was swigging back almost constantly on the trip there. So we arrived at Holyhead and we boarded the ferry to Dublin. Now, the voyage across the Irish Sea was very rough. The sea was choppy and the weather was horrendous. Nevertheless, it was calm in port when we arrived at Dublin the next morning. After a quick breakfast, we strolled into the centre of Dublin and straight into the first pub that we could find. Behind the bar, lined up, was a row of pint glasses, already half full, just waiting to be topped up. So we ordered our drinks, and they were delivered to our tables. We picked up our pint glasses and we took a moment. This was going to be our first taste on Irish soil. We took a sip. The temperature, the texture, and the taste combined perfectly in what I can almost describe is a spiritual experience, as this heavenly liquid smoothly went down our throats. We drained our glasses, and I'm not religious, but truly this drink must be a drink fit for the gods. Approximately 15 to 20 pints each later, we were back on the ferry. I don't remember the trip back to Manchester, but certainly my cough was a lot better. Now, looking at a pint of Guinness, you would assume it's black, and most people are quite surprised to find that it's a very dark ruby red. And you can see this wonderful shade if you hold up the drink to a light. And it's even more beautiful when it's set beside other more mundane beers and ales, which in comparison have a more urine-like quality to their colour. Now, for those of you that haven't ever tasted Guinness, an expert would tell you that it has a malty sweetness and a hoppy bitterness with notes of coffee and chocolate. A roasted flavour comes through, courtesy of the roasted unmalted barley that goes into its brewing. It has a sweet note with hints of malt breaking through, and its palate is smooth, creamy, and balanced. I'm no expert, but every time I have a Guinness, it always leaves me with the feeling that I've just taken a very powerful and magical potion. There's even a ritual to pouring the perfect pint of Guinness. Bartenders will take a glass and hold it at 45 degrees and fill it till it's 3/4 full, and then put the glass down and let that initial surge settle. This is supposed to take about 119.5 seconds. The bubbles, which are 75% nitrogen and 25% carbon dioxide, are lighter and rise in the middle, dragging the bubbles on the outside of the glass down into the middle. It can be quite mesmerizing to watch this effect as the cloudy glass of Guinness gradually clears. This double pouring technique is a centuries-old tradition, and the whole presentation and art that goes into preparing a pint of Guinness is all part of the experience, I feel. Waiting for the drink to settle builds anticipation, but eventually you're rewarded and you can savor this wonderful nectar. Famously, in Guinness's own words, good things come to those who wait. Now, if I haven't already convinced you about how wonderful this drink is, you might be interested in hearing about several health benefits linked to Guinness. A study by the University of Wisconsin found that drinking Guinness reduced blood clots and the risk of heart attack. The soluble fiber in Guinness reduces bad cholesterol by binding with it and helping the body excrete it rather than absorb it. Guinness is full of full of antioxidants, such as those you would find in fruits and vegetables. These compounds are not found in any other beers. It also contains prebiotics, which is great for promoting good bacteria in your gut. Now, of course, I do enjoy other beers and a wine with dinner. And of course, on a night out, it's great to have shots like Sambuca, tequila slammers, and so on. But there's something uniquely special, something uniquely satisfying about enjoying a leisurely glass of Guinness. Now, I'd like to close by honoring the founder of Toastmasters. The founder of this world famous beverage, Arthur Guinness. Let me just introduce him behind me. Our organization is called Toastmasters, but it's rare, if ever, that we see members actually give a toast. So I think it's only appropriate, if you give me a second, if I ask you all to join me in raising a glass to the person whose vision resulted in the development of this iconic drink, enjoyed by millions over the years around the world, someone who I like to think of as the Ralph C. Smedley of brewing. To Arthur Guinness, cheers. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Aseem, for that very persuasive speech. I now would like a bespoke drink of Guinness.